welcome back to another vlog. If you're new here, hi, my name is Georgie. I am the artist and creator behind Georgie's Satin Art, a cat and dinosaur themed online shop. So this weekend I'm heading up to Leeds Tattoo Expo. It's a 4.5 hour drive plus break time. So currently I've just stopped at the services. I needed some food and coffee, so I just thought I'd do my little intro here because I did not do it this morning. My hair was still wet because my hairdryer is not working properly, and also I discovered I've got a Garmin watch and along here is a massive crack. It's not just a scratch, this is a crack. Obviously something has dented it because there's a hole in the screen. The screen still seems to be working fine, so we are just going to ignore that. So yeah, this weekend Leeds Tattoo Expo, no idea how it's going to be. I hadn't actually spoken to anybody before applying and paying for this table before actually going, so I have no real expectations. We booked an Airbnb, first ever time booking an Airbnb. It's a 1-bed flat situation, so I've got the whole place to myself because being a single woman traveling on her own, I don't want to be booking somewhere where I'm like sharing accommodation, because that's just like a big no-no for me. I'd rather pay more and get a hotel. However, this was cheaper than most of the hotels, and it means that I can just buy my own food and I've got access to a fridge and that sort of thing. Hopefully my food expenses will be a little bit lower. There's also like free on-street parking and that sort of thing outside the flat as well, so we'll see what it's like when I get there. I did have some issues with production before this event. I will probably just insert the clip of me talking about it because I can't be bothered to go through it again. I had big plans for this weekend for Leeds Tattoo Expo and they are falling apart. I ordered all of the transfers that I'd need for my new Space Dino t-shirt. I pressed this one and then I didn't like the colours. So this is why we do test prints, but I did not because I didn't think I was going to have time and I thought it would be fine. I do like the colours, but basically there's supposed to be a bit of overlap of colour, and where these two colours are so similar, you can't actually see the colour difference, but it is still cute. So I decided I was going to reorder them, and the transfers that I've got left over of this one I would just use on tote bags so they wouldn't go to waste. So then I ordered the replacement transfers. I thought, great, the colours look a lot better, you can see a bit more of the overlap. I thought this looks amazing. Then I looked closer at it. We've got some misalignment. I can show you on the mushroom t-shirt that I pressed because I thought it'll be fine. You won't notice it too much. You can see it here, this white outline. This is where it's misaligned. So this t-shirt I can't sell for full price because it does not look very good. Basically, this has meant that I only have for this weekend in the mushroom t-shirts, 1 large, a couple of XLs, 2 XLs and 3 XLs. That's all. I don't have small or medium. So because these are affected with the same issue and they're going on a black t-shirt, it's going to be even more obvious that there is an issue. So I don't want to use these transfers. I am really gutted about this. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to have a little bit of my coffee first and then I will see you when I get to Leeds. Right, I've just got to the Airbnb. I'm only going to give a quick update because I need to leave soon, but I picked up a sandwich. It was reduced because it's Saturday today, but it is chicken mozzarella and pesto. Don't normally like brown bread, but we're gonna have it anyway because it was cheap. I picked up 2 meal deals for Saturday and Sunday. I picked up Fanta for a fun drink. I also bought a bag of ice because I forgot to bring my ice cube tray. I was like, oh, that's fine, I'll just buy some ice. Problem with that is that I've got here and the freezer isn't on. It's currently 20 to 5. Setup starts at 5. I think it takes about 10 minutes to get there. The other thing I got before I left this morning, I normally get almond croissants. They had Biscoff croissants in Tesco. Very, very nice. Recommend them if you can get hold of them. I'm gonna try and eat this as quickly as I can and then I'm gonna go. So I'll catch you at the arena. I bought new shelves for a lightweight option, and it was all going well until I tried moving it. Table is all set up. I haven't bothered putting the lights up yet because I'm going to do that in the morning when I plug them in. This is what we're looking like. I've put this extra wall here because we have like a fair amount of gap between the tables. If they don't like me having that, then I can just take it down. This room where I'm at is on a slope. I should have a sign up here to say like spend 15 or 35 pound, but I don't know where it is. I pinned it onto the back of that one, didn't I? That's going to be a tomorrow problem. I just need to neaten up the K-rings and then I'm going to cover it up for the night. I'm back in the Airbnb. I have just had some food. For the amount of tattoo artists that there are, I was very surprised about the amount of traders that there are. Like, the proportions seem a little bit off. I was also talking to two other people. One of them is Gemma, who's Gemma's Curiosities. She does like bugs, and she's right next to someone else who's also doing bugs. And then I spoke to another guy who does apparel, and they're literally from his like spot, you can see, I think it's like 3 other people doing apparel, plus people like me who do t-shirts on the side as well. So there's like a lot of overlap going on. So immediately I'm thinking that sales may not be that high for this weekend. So I'm just gearing my expectations kind of thing. There is a stage. There is also a bar in our area. 2 other things. One, we're on a slope. I will have shown that slightly, but you can't actually see it that well, I don't think, in the video. But it's quite a fairly dramatic slope going down. And the annoying thing for me is obviously I've got back problems at the moment. My hip is always an issue. My knee is still not fully recovered, and the way that it's sloping means that I'm going to be putting most of my weight on my left hip, which is the dodgy hip. And it's not like I can sit down for a lot of the time because my display is like this high when I'm sat down. So that's a bit annoying. If I'd known that I was going to be on a slope, I would have asked, could I be positioned on a flat one, just because of my back and stuff. And the last thing that is annoying, and I'm hoping they're going to fix it for tomorrow, is the light above me, like directly above my table, wasn't on. So me setting up this evening was so difficult because like I couldn't see what I was doing, and I don't even know what quality the video is going to be because it was so dim in there. So I'm going to put my lights up. But bless them, they're only little spotlights, they're not going to do much. But yeah, so I will see you when I'm rejuvenated, probably with some caffeine in me. See you then. It is day 1, we're about half an hour away from opening. I've had a quick wander around. I did notice at least probably like 15 tattoo artists that haven't turned up, or haven't turned up at 10 o'clock, so that'll be interesting to see if those tables are going to be blank. The light above my table is still not working. It's the arena's issue. My 2 little lights are just about lighting up my table, but it's really, really dark still. So I'm going to guess that's probably going to impact my sales. I did make a coffee in my chili bottle. I have a little one, so I made myself coffee. I've also got 2 monsters because I don't know how much energy I'm going to need today. Got a full bottle of water so that I can remake squash up during the day, and I've got 2 Fanta cans and everything, and a Oasis bottle, so I should be good for drinks. And then food, I've just got loads of snacks, so I'm not thinking that I should have to buy any food, to be honest. I also brought my iPad today so that if it is quiet I can do some drawing. I'm not really feeding it already this weekend, so I could do with it going well. It's also extremely hot in here. I'm in jeans because the weather wasn't supposed to be too good this weekend, so I thought, oh, I'll wear jeans. Should have worn shorts. It is absolutely baking hot. I've got this fan on at the moment and I'm just about to put that fan on. Here is a door to where people will like come in and out, and there are some traders out in the entrance, and where they've been opening the front doors there's like loads of airflow in there, so it's really nice out there, but it's just so hot in here. So I'm hoping that they leave those doors open and that hopefully the cool air can come through to us, because that would be very nice. But anyway, I'm going to get on with... I don't really have anything I need to do. Oh, I was going to just write on some codes on some of my business cards like I normally do. But that's about it. That's all I've got to do. And I'll let you know how it goes. So, see you in a bit. I have had an update on the light situation. There have been many different reasons why the light has been out that's above my table, which is obviously also affecting the traders either side of me. Basically, the organisers of the convention, it's not their fault, obviously, it's the arena's issue, but the convention staff are going to try and fix it for tomorrow. So today we're stuck with the lighting that we've got, but tomorrow hopefully it might be a bit brighter. It is currently 13 minutes past 11, so doors have been open for like 10-13 minutes. People are literally just walking straight through and going down to the tattoo artist, so I guess people want to just get booked in, because even if people are doing walk-ups, you normally book them in the morning, like time slots throughout the day, and then go back for your tattoo. So hopefully people will come back up once they booked in their tattoo or whatever. But yeah, at the moment it's very quiet. There's people, but it's quiet. Hiya! I love your jumper. Thank you. You can feel free to pick anything up if you want a closer look. It was modelled after my boy.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
The black and white. She always sits like she's interviewing you.
Yeah, the mushroom. If you can't tell, the mushroom cat is one of my favourites.
Have you got a car?
Yes, I do. If you're buying something today, I'll pop it in the bag for you so you don't lose it.
I'll take that.
Yeah, of course. Is it just that one for you? Let me grab a bag out.
Yeah.
I'll pop it in the bag. Thank you. Oh, a Scottish one? Right, let me pop this in, and then if you order anything on my website in the future, pop LTE for Leeds Tattoo Expo in as an order note. I'll know that we've met and I'll add some freebies in for you, and I'll just grab your change.
I'll call it private fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, fine.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Yeah, which stage is that on? Oh, it's on this one. Yeah. Oh, I should be able to see some of it. Is there nothing tomorrow? What, at all? It's only 35 minutes into the show and my legs and back are already killing me because obviously we're still on such hard floor. So yeah, I'm really sat down. Hiya! Just let me know if you've got any questions or anything. Yeah, thank you. I'm a little bit obsessed with the sun catchers, to be fair.
We tried to buy one from the garden centre, but they're not very good. So I think you're right to the window.
Yeah. I mean, the picture up here, that's just up here. That one's made from just one sun catcher. So the more you add to your window, the bigger those rainbows get. And you can like take them off, move them around the house because they're reusable and everything. They're just a static cling. So it's got full instructions in there, but the first time you put them up, you can normally just peel the backing and stick them. If you've moved them around a little bit or it's got very hot, you might just need to use some water, but it's all on the instructions and everything. It's super simple. Hiya! Just let me know if you've got any questions, so you can feel free to pick things up. Yeah, of course. Did you want to pay card or cash today? Of course. Yeah, no, that's it. So it's £10 for the two. And if you order anything on my website in the future, you can pop LTE in as an order note. I'll know that we've met and I'll add some freebies in for you. There you go. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day. I won't have made table yet. It did pick up a little bit. The first hour was very, very quiet, but it's picked up since then. I will say what I've noticed is that purchases have been like lower. So I've only had 2 people that have actually hit the £15 for the free sticker. Most people have only been buying like a sun catcher or 2 sun catchers or a mystery bundle or a print and that sort of thing. So the values have been a lot lower. So it'll be interesting to see if that's the same tomorrow or if it picks up later this afternoon. I've not sold any apparel. I have sold a tote bag and I've had some big interest in like the desk mats and mouse mats. So we'll see, only time will tell. But yeah, at the moment we haven't made table yet. But yeah, That's not necessarily a bad thing at this point because it does go until 9 and it's currently 2:30, so we have some time yet. Hiya! Just let me know if you've got any questions or anything. People are very browsy today though, I will say. And I've also had a coffee and I've had one of my monsters and I am very much energy deprived at the moment. I didn't have the greatest night's sleep, I will say. The bed wasn't that comfortable, but I am very tired. Hopefully tonight I get a better night's sleep. Normally when I'm really tired I'll just like zonk out completely, so I normally have a better night's sleep the second night. I stole the dino nuggie for myself. Just let me know if you have got any questions or anything. There's lots of more dinosaurs. I've got some more there that are themed. Hiya. Lepszy, of course. It's alright, I'll pop a business card in with your order. Thank you. Fanta lemon is my favourite drink. If I could have it every day I would, but I do not. It's fairly quiet, so I thought I would do some drawing because I need to do next month's Patreon award. I was umming and ahhing over the theme for a while, but I have actually now settled on a theme. So that's good. You can feel free to pick anything up if you want a closer look. At one point it did pick up a little bit. And I was taking a fair few sales. Still they were low ticket sales. I think I'd taken nearly 100 in an hour, which that's not like amazing. But it's better than I had been doing. But it's just kind of stagnated, so we're back to no sales. It's now 4:10. And like there are people around and there's currently a comedy act, although I actually can't hear anything he's actually saying because the acoustics are so bad in here. It has just turned 6:20 and it has gone completely dead in here. The footfall today has been pretty steady. Even if sales have been low, the footfall's been okay. But at the moment, there's maybe 10 customers in here. The rest are all traders walking around. So it is very quiet at the moment. Tattoo judging, I believe, starts at 7 o'clock. So we've still got 40 minutes before it starts. I'm assuming it's gonna just stay this dead the rest of the day. I don't know what time I'm gonna leave. I'll probably just wait until other traders leave. I am fairly tired. I've been snacking all day. I've eaten so much food. It's very bad. But I've just been bored and I boredom eat. So that's where we're at. I'm hoping tomorrow isn't as dead as this. I'm really hoping. We have light above my table. So I haven't even got my lights on yet and it's already looking a lot better. So I am considering perhaps moving this light because these two, this t-shirt and jumper here, are actually quite well lit. I want to see how much this one lights up, but I might move it down here to light this stuff up a bit more. Because we're on a slope, I've had to pin it round because it kept flopping forward. So it's pinned at the side here, just down at the base there. I've then got my hook with my B grade apparel. So we've got one of each of these out, so they're all £15. I've got a Dino t-shirt, it's got a slight issue with it, and then a cat jumper, but none of them have sold. Then obviously standard setup for this bit, but down here I've just got my extra mouse mat. That is actually covering that a little bit, but I was going to put this here so that they were all in line, but then I wanted my B grade stuff out. Obviously, I don't have my cards, so that's one of the big things that I've changed for this weekend. So I don't have my cards, so I put my extra bum bags here, and a lot of people have been like picking them up and looking at them. And then I've just got my glasses cloths in front. A lot of people looking at the coasters. I think it's because I've just got a little bit more room here. Like for some reason the tote bags just aren't like covering up the coasters as much this weekend, so people are looking at them more. Lots of people pointing out my no AI sign. I actually made more prints for this weekend, so we've just stocked up the ones I already had, so I've run out of them completely for like ages. I then made my Halloween cats, and then I also printed out my little witch cat. So this was my calendar page for October it would have been my 2025 calendar. So we brought that back. And then the same ones here. And then for the dino ones, I've just brought in my dino nuggy one. And then for A5, I've just also printed out some of these Halloween ones and the black cats, because I didn't have them in A5 for some reason. Don't know why. But yeah, so far I've only sold one print. Wouldn't really expect to sell many prints at a tattoo show just because the tattoo artists are all selling their own prints. Mystery bundles have done really well as well. I haven't actually topped it up at all, but being that that was full, we've sold half the box. So I am going to top them up a little bit. My table's looking pretty good. I like this setup. I like how I've got things laid out here, and I think going forward, I am just simply not going to bring the cards anymore. They are all packaged up, and when I've got bigger setups, I may bring them just to sort of expand my collection a bit, but I think this is a better use of the space. Just had help from another trader to get this light to actually sit up because it was just sticking straight out, but I wanted it to go up and then down. So this area is now lit up. So now on camera this area looks way brighter, but in person the top is actually all about the same brightness. I really wanted the charms to be lit up because a lot of people were struggling to see like the glitter effect on these key rings. I mean, it's still difficult to see, but it's better. You can see it better on the dark one. It's currently 11:30 and it's definitely a hell of a lot quieter than it was yesterday. So yesterday by about 11:10 there were swarms of people coming in, but today there just hasn't really been that. Also, I've got a sticky up bit of hair here and it won't go down, so we're just ignoring that. This has been keeping me going. I never used to be a big energy drink person. Also, I haven't worn this t-shirt in a while, but I thought I'd wear it this weekend because, again, haven't worn it in a while, and I will be stopping bringing this one to market, so it's not going to be discontinued. It's still going to be online, and for bigger events where maybe I have more room, I will bring what stock I've got. However, this one is going to be replaced at markets with alien cats, so that will be coming soon, just because this one, for the sales it's had this year so far, have been significantly lower than my other designs, along with the green cat t-shirt as well. Again, I probably wouldn't discontinue it, I wouldn't bring it to markets, but at the moment I don't know what design I'm going to swap it with, so for the time being it's going to stay. It has just turned 3 o'clock, but they are now playing some more live music. In the leaflet, it did say that there wasn't going to be any entertainment today, so I think they got that wrong because it's been the exact same people performing as it was yesterday. So I think they just missed it all. Currently, I've just counted up and I'm about 50 quid ahead of what I was at this time yesterday, which is good. It seems like more people are wanting to spend today, but obviously it's probably going to dip off quite quickly. Hiya! Just let me know if you've got any questions or anything. Yeah, do you want it as a keyring or a magnet? I have actually sold 2 t-shirts, one of them being the old mushroom t-shirt, so I've got rid of one of those, and then I also sold a dino t-shirt as well. Lots of keyring sales actually. Firecat selling a lot. I've given out a few more stickers today as well, so higher purchases today. Hopefully it does stay picked up, but I'm thinking it will probably die off a bit. It is currently 4:45 and it has gone pretty quiet in here. All day today I've been pretty on par with exactly where I was yesterday, if not slightly ahead. However, currently, at 15 minutes to go towards the end of the hour, I've now dropped behind a tiny bit by like £5. So I'm assuming that is probably going to be where we're going to stay at, which means we haven't met my minimum of 1,000, which is a little bit of a shame. When I got here, I met a few people that have done this show before. I heard good things about it, but this year, even the people that have said it have done good in previous years haven't done as good this year. It's not just me, basically. And I know for a fact that I'm not even one of the lowest earners either, judging by what people have said, where they've said they've not even made their expenses or they've not even made their table or whatever. So I'm lucky in that I've made my expenses and a bit more. It's currently 6 o'clock and it is pretty quiet in here. I am just going through and tidying up the back of my table, putting away my stock that I don't really need out. But there are some people who have already gone. If you've been around a while, you'll know my thoughts and feelings of people packing up early. I have only ever done it once, and it was at a really bad event where literally everybody was packing up early and there was no public really left in the building, and that's my one and only time of ever doing it. It's not even been that dead. Like, I just made a £45 sale not that long ago, like 20 minutes ago, so if I'd have packed up early I wouldn't have got that. So yeah, I'm going to stay till the end, thank you. I've paid for my space to be here, so yeah, I'm going to stay, and I'm just, like I said, tidying up the back just so that when it comes to actually packing down properly, it's just my table that I've really got to do. So yeah, I'm going to get on with that. I'm going to catch you back at the Airbnb. Okay, so I just got back. I did a final count up and I was about 70 quid off my minimum. So hopefully that means that I'm not making a loss. If I've got my calculations correct, that is. As you saw a minute ago, I mentioned about like people packing up. It was mainly one trader that had started packing up really early. It was probably, I want to say like maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock they started packing up. They were gone before 6. And what actually really annoyed me was that they were making so much noise, and they had like a trolley to like wheel their stock out. They were just clanging metal and yeah, making a lot of noise when we were still like trading. Overall, footfall was very low. I would have expected higher footfall for the size of the show. There was a high trader to artist ratio, but for the same amount of artists as other shows, there was a lot of traders. I was told that there wasn't any more traders than there were in previous years. I will say there was a lot of duplicate stands. It doesn't feel like it was curated maybe as strongly as other shows are, and again, I think that just comes down to the sheer amount of traders there were. Another thing when we were packing up was that I was asked by 2 different people, I'm assuming they worked for the convention, and they asked me if I needed any help packing up. First person asked me, I was like, no, I'm alright, I'm very used to packing up on my own, it's alright. I was making good time. At this point it was like 7:5 or something like that. The event closed at 7. I'd been packing up behind my stall for like half an hour, hour-ish. By this point, half the front of my table had been taken down. So I'm like, it's not going to take me that much longer. And I'd put a box on the table next to me because they'd already gone, and it was a heavy box and I didn't want to have to lift it back up off the floor once I put it down because I don't want to put extra strain on my back. Another lady comes over to me and asks, do you need any help? Like, is this your box here? I think that she was trying to take the table. And I'm thinking, you may just be trying to help, but what it's feeling like is that you're trying to hurry me up and you're trying to just get the table gone. And I get that they need to do that. It just feels like you're rushing me. At this point, it's 7:15 and I'm like, the show's only been closed for 15 minutes. Anyway, I end up putting more stuff on that table because I'm like, I'm not bending down again. There was one big thing that I didn't like about how they'd done traders. So this is the map here. This was the main area. So all the white blocks are tattoo artists. The light grey are traders. This is the concourse, this is where we were. So if you imagine it, this was a separate room to this, but you had staircases either side that led round to like this area here. I was over here on this side. You had some traders out in these areas here. So people had to walk in here and then they basically either went that way or that way down the stairs. This here was actually more like a straight U shape with traders all facing outside, which meant that all their backs were completely exposed, and that is a big no-no for me. I refuse to have my back exposed. When you've got either another trader behind you or a wall behind you, it just makes it a little bit more secure, like somebody would actually have to walk around the back of your table to get anything. So if I was to do it again, I would make sure that I wasn't here. What I don't really understand is why they didn't just do 2 rows where you had traders facing the stage and then traders facing the entrance and just have it as a strip. But yeah, so that is my big gripe, and if I was to do it again, I'd want to be with my back covered, basically. I wouldn't care if that's a wall or another trader. Oh, also, they had this toy art fair over here. I actually didn't go in there. To be honest, I wanted to stay at my table as much as I can, so the only times that I actually walked around was before it opened. I'll have to run my numbers, but I think I would give it another shot, as long as the price of the tables didn't increase. Talking to other people, it definitely has potential. It's just on this instance, I just don't think there was enough people turning out for it. This is going off on a bit of a tangent, but I have been thinking about rebranding just to be something that isn't my name. Not because I don't care if people know my name. It's my name. And originally I wanted it to be my name because I was doing pet portraits, I was doing abstract paintings, like original art. And so it made sense to be my name plus art because I was the artist. However, now where my products are more swinging towards like, you know, like actual products rather than art necessarily, it just feels like I should be rebranding to another name, but I don't know what name. If I do rebrand, it's not going to be anytime soon anyway, so it's not really a concern right now. Maybe at some point I will, because I don't know if that's perhaps what's like holding me back from actually progressing the business further, because I am at crossroads at the moment where I'm not really making enough money now for this to be my full-time job. I've had 2 months now in a row where I've had to fork out over £800 in table costs, and my profits haven't been high enough, so I've only made a couple of £100. Well, that is not enough to live on. So I think that's all I've got to say about this convention. If you did enjoy this vlog, then please do consider subscribing and dropping a little like on the video or even a comment. If you want to keep up to date with new stock drops and where I'm going to be and that sort of thing, then you can follow me over on Instagram. And then if you'd like to see my full review of this event, including my finance breakdown, then you can go and join the Cozy Cat Club over on Patreon. I'll drop a little link in the caption below. So this month's Patreon theme is cowboy cats, and instead of riding horses, they are riding dinosaurs. I will catch you in the next one. Bye! If you did enjoy this vlog, then please do consider... If you did enjoy this vlog, then please do consider... Oh my god.